Today we continue to look at the Constitution by examining one of its several key principles, separation of powers. In 1748, French Enlightenment philosopher Baron de Montesquieu published his influential essay The Spirit of Laws, in which he argued that the three basic functions of government, making, enforcing, and interpreting laws, should be separated into three independent branches. Well, James Madison must have read up on Montesquieu since he incorporated his ideas into our government. The Constitution created three independent branches of government. The legislative branch makes our laws, the executive branch enforces the laws, and the judicial branch interprets the laws by resolving legal disputes. Our legislative branch is a bicameral branch. It's divided into two houses, the House of Representatives and the Senate. While they each participate in making the law, they have somewhat different functions. Congressmen are elected by the people of their district for terms of 2 years. The number of representatives a state gets is proportional to their population. Since congressmen are elected directly by the people of their district, the House of Representatives is considered the voice of the people. When the Constitution was written, members of the Senate were not elected by the people. Instead, they were chosen by state legislatures for terms of 6 years. The Senate was considered the voice of the states. In the late 19th century, many argued that the Senate acted more like the voice of the corporations, which is why the 17th Amendment, ratified in 1913, changed how senators are elected. Now they are elected by the people of the state. Every state has 2 senators regardless of its size. More than the House of Representatives, the Senate acts as a check on the president. Speaking of which, that brings us to the executive branch. The executive branch consists of the president and vice president, who is elected not by the people, but by the Electoral College for a term of 4 years. The executive branch also consists of several executive departments who are headed by cabinet officers who are appointed by the president with the advice and consent of Senate. When the Constitution was written, there was no term limit for presidents. They could run as many times as they wanted. George Washington set an unwritten precedent or rule that no president should serve more than 2 terms. This tradition was followed by all presidents up until Franklin Roosevelt, who was elected 4 times. After FDR's presidency, the 22nd Amendment was ratified, which now limits the president to 2 terms only. The third branch of government is the judicial branch, which consists of the federal court system. The federal court system is divided into lower district courts and the Supreme Court. Federal court judges and Supreme Court justices are nominated by the president, but subject to confirmation by the Senate. The Supreme Court hears cases that involve interpretation of federal and state law and the Constitution. Once a judge or a justice is appointed, they serve for life. A president cannot remove a member of the court and can only appoint one when there is an opening due to retirement, death, or in the rare instance of impeachment. Life terms for federal judges and justices are part of the system of checks and balances that maintains a balance of power among the 3 branches, which we will discuss in further detail during the next video lecture. Until then, enjoy your day.